Get ready, because the behind the scenes of Formula One in 2025 are absolutely on fire. And by all accounts, McLaren is about to experience one of the most epic moments in its recent history. An electrifying, fiercely intense internal duel between two of its own drivers for the world title. We're talking about Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri, two incredible talents who are turning this season into a true soap opera of speed, strategy, and of course, tension in the pit lane. At this point in the championship, McLaren already seems to have the constructors' title in the bag, barring some absolutely insane twist after the summer break. But the big suspense revolves around a question no one can answer with certainty. Which of the two drivers will raise the most coveted trophy in F1? On one side, there's Oscar Piastri, who's been surprising the paddock with his composure and consistency worthy of seasoned veterans. He opened up a 16-point lead over Norris in the last Belgian GP. On the other side is the experienced Lando Norris, who, even trailing a bit in the standings, has already proven he can handle the pressure of a title fight, as he did in 2024 when he battled all the way to the end against the unstoppable Max Verstappen. And if you're thinking there might be a subtle preference behind the scenes at McLaren, forget it. The internal directive is clear and honest. May the best man win. That's exactly what Team CEO Zach Brown made perfectly clear. In a quick interview, he summed it all up with a phrase that speaks volumes. Let the best man win. No interference, no favoritism, just pure talent and performance on track deciding everything. But don't think this let them race philosophy came out of nowhere. In a revealing chat on ESPN's Unlapped podcast, journalist Nate Saunders shared an interesting behind-the-scenes scoop. After speaking with members of the Woking-based team, it's clear that McLaren is extremely aware of the emotional weight of this battle. They know that by the end of the season, one of their drivers will be celebrating a world championship, and the other will be facing the most painful defeat of his career so far. That's exactly why the team stance has been as fair as possible, making sure both drivers have exactly the same tools, opportunities, and freedom to fight for the title on completely equal terms. All I want, said one team insider to Nate, is that when the season ends, we can look back and truly say we gave them both the same chance, and that one of them won on merit, not because we issued orders or interfered. If they collide, that's part of racing. We're not going to forbid them from fighting each other. The philosophy is crystal clear. McLaren doesn't want to be the protagonist of this decision, but rather a privileged spectator of a battle that promises to go down in the history books of modern F1. So how's the internal atmosphere? Tense, no doubt. After all, we're talking about two modern gladiators sharing the same space, the same car, and the same dream. Alex Albon, a Williams driver, recently commented that the mood inside McLaren is becoming increasingly intense, but he believes the team's strong leadership will prevent this rivalry from turning into an emotional minefield. They'll keep the rivalry healthy, Albon said. And that is absolutely essential for this season to end not in ruins, but in a celebration worthy of McLaren's greatness. And what does Piastri think of all of this? The young Australian has already revealed that for him, facing Norris is actually easier than going up against Verstappen for one simple reason. He has full access to his teammates' telemetry and setup data. In other words, he completely understands how the car behaves in Lando's hands, which helps him better prepare for their duels. But that doesn't mean things are easy. Far from it. Norris is an extremely technical driver, fast, and driven by a hunger for the title that has grown exponentially after getting so close in 2024. There's also a powerful psychological factor at play. 2016 world champion Nico Rosberg is one of those betting heavily on Piastri. According to him, the body language of the Australian exudes a silent, almost surgical confidence. He looks absolutely convinced that the title is his, Rosberg said. This perception is shared by several paddock analysts who see in Piastri a cold-bloodedness comparable to the greats of the past. But don't count out Lando. Experience matters a lot when the championship enters the final stretch. He's already been through the adrenaline, the media pressure, the tension in the garage, and the split-second decisions, and that can definitely work in his favor. He knows the highs and lows of a title decided in the details. More than that, Lando carries the responsibility of being the face of McLaren for years, playing a key role in the team's rebuild since the tough times. The most curious thing of all is that McLaren finds itself in a very rare and privileged position in the sport. While other teams are forced to issue team orders, assign number 1 and number 2 drivers, or protect results at all costs, the British team has the luxury of letting their talents shine freely. This is the result of an extremely competitive car, a strong technical structure, and an environment where merit speaks louder than any behind-the-scenes politics. That's why what we're witnessing isn't just a regular season. It's a historic moment unfolding right before our eyes. Lando and Piastri are riding, corner by corner, one of the most fascinating internal battles of modern Formula One. And McLaren, they're right there, watching, encouraging, and above all, making sure the show is as clean and fair as possible. Who's going to win? It's too early to tell, but one thing is for sure. Whether it's Piastri or Norris, whoever lifts the trophy at the end of the season will know with a clear conscience that they won on merit. And in the ruthlessly competitive world of Formula One, that may just be the greatest trophy of all. Meanwhile, fans watch, cheer, and speculate, because the true beauty of the sport isn't just in knowing who will cross the finish line first, but in experiencing the journey to get there, especially when it's packed with emotion, rivalry, respect, and raw, unfiltered talent. And that is exactly what McLaren is delivering in 2025. A masterclass in how to let the best of Formula One happen.